All right, and we're live. All right, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's AIBS Facebook stream. My name is Diane Bostonjek. I'm the membership manager for the American Institute of Biological Sciences. If you're not familiar with AIBS, we are a national scientific organization dedicated to advancing biology for the benefit of science and society. Facebook we work to ensure. My name is Diane Bostonjek. I'm the membership manager for the American Institute of Biology. Feedback. Forgot to turn that off. Okay. So we work to ensure that the public, legislators, funders, and the community of biologists have access to and use information that will guide them in making informed decisions about matters that require biological knowledge. So one way we do this is by providing decision makers information, and we do this independently and in partnership with members and business partners. So to remind you a little bit about what these live events are all about, we have a weekly Facebook stream that I talk about things, activities and programs that AIBS is involved in. So every Wednesday at noon, I'm joined with someone to discuss topic and theme. So today I'm very excited. We have not somebody from AIBS, so we'll get to that in a minute. But we also have these streams are on Facebook and they are on YouTube. You can search on YouTube for AIBS videos, all one word, or just visit our website to find the link at the bottom of the page. If you do not already, please like our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube page to make sure you get these notifications of these talks and other things that we're doing. I also encourage you to visit our website to find out more about us and what we are doing in the biology community today. So again, today I'm very excited. I'm joined by Sally Otto. She is the president of the Society for the Study of Evolution, and she's here to share their current public policy efforts. Thanks for joining me today, Sally.
Oh, I'm pleased to be here.
So tell me a little bit about what you guys are up to.
So the Society for the Study of Evolution recently launched a public policy committee. So until this time, it felt that we were, as a society, always kind of struggling to catch up and to keep up with all of the policy issues surrounding evolutionary biology, science, the need for evidence and decision making. And so we've really ramped up in the last year, I think, the types of activities that we are doing. But let me step back a little bit and say something a bit more about my personal journey as a scientist and why policy, I think, matters. So I live in Canada now. I'm a joint citizen of the United States and in Canada. And in the last decade, there was a period of time when government scientists weren't allowed to speak to the media or to the public. So that came to be known as the muzzling of scientists here in Canada. And it was really that policy that made me realize, maybe my direct research isn't something that needs to be discussed in a policy realm, but here are all these government scientists and key work that they're doing and that I'm reading and that I know about, and they can't speak. So you're not just speaking for yourself and about your own research, you're really speaking about the process of science and the evidence that you are reading about and accumulating across all of the studies that scientists are doing. And so I think that it's really, for many scientists, I think, often feels like a precipice. You're doing research, you're in the lab, you have your expertise in the math and in molecular genetics or what have you. And then there's this precipice of, but I don't know how to go from that to actually influencing policy or talking with here an MP or in the States with a senator or a congressperson. And so that precipice, it takes something to help you get over it. And so for me personally, the muzzling of scientists was the push off the cliff to try and figure out how to better speak to policymakers. And so now fast forward, as a society president, over the last year, we've really been working to make it seem not like it's this massive precipice, but to draw bridges and make it facilitate that process of allowing scientists to learn about how legislation works, how we can influence legislation, how we can talk to senators and congresspeople. Because there's one thing that I think a lot of scientists don't know is just how little scientific information is actually making it through to policymakers. We had an experience here in a visit to Ottawa that we had, and one of the scientists we were bringing was an expert on pollinator declines. And even the people that were involved in agricultural decisions in Ottawa were not aware of these pollinator declines. And so that was a teaching moment. And I think I think that's just an example of how often people that are making these policy decisions want to learn more. They want to learn more about pollinator declines and the implications for agriculture, but scientists aren't going in there making that knowledge transfer, and policymakers don't even really know what to ask for necessarily.
Right.
And so I think that it's really a two-way street, that scientists have more to offer, and policymakers actually are interested in that offering. So
most people don't realize, most people don't realize that, or you don't think about the fact that a lot of policymakers don't have a science. You think about they're making decisions on science and they don't have a science background. That's not their fault.
No, absolutely.
They don't. That's just not what they're studying. They're studying. What they studied was policy, not science. How to do policy.
Yeah. And as a scientist, how it feels like it's so fast moving, it's hard to even keep up with the science as a scientist. Well, imagine what it's like as outside of science as a legislator. So the more we can translate and help people understand the latest changes in science and what their implications are, the better. So I do think that we have that general obligation to build those bridges, and it's both to the public through education and outreach, and then more directly to legislators and other people making policy decisions.
So what are you guys doing?
How do we do that?
Yeah, how do you do that? So what are you guys doing to get that?
So first of all, I think it helped a lot to strike a committee, because the council itself has so much on its plate already that really required a kind of more targeted group that was really focusing on how can we make a difference and what are the issues that we're going to try and focus on, as opposed to, oh, that would be a good idea, and then just leaving it lie. So I am very pleased we have a fantastic public policy committee, and it just feels like together we can go forward. So it helps tap into energy to get more done, really, and it allows us to advise council. Here are some things that we think council should vote on. As many societies probably have witnessed over the last year, there's been an incredible need, many issues of scientific relevance that have required responses. And so both with the policy committee and with council, we have written a number of letters on behalf of the society regarding issues that are of concern to us and to our members. And this goes from initial letters on travel restrictions and open science under the Trump administration, concerns over the Endangered Species Act, the plants conservation legislation, and recently about the tuition waivers, and concerns that our graduate students would become financially incapable of continuing their research. So that has been a real large focus of our efforts over the last year, letter writing. And I should say that we've done this both as a single society and then in a group, in a cohort. And it can be either with AAAS or AIBS, so a lot of additional letters have been with you all, which I appreciate, thank you. But then sometimes it helps we've worked together with sister societies to put forward these letters. And I think that that helps in that it's clear it's not just a single issue for one society, but many groups are concerned about these issues. And I think that working together, and that's exactly what AIBS is trying to do, is a really strong way of amplifying voices.
So if somebody does want to get involved in some of the stuff with you guys, how can they get involved with it, besides just going to your website?
Yeah, well, so on our SSE website, which is www.evolutionsociety.org, there's a policy page, and that will link you to the committee. And honestly, email us, because we are always looking for issues of concern that need attention on policy issues, and we can help. As I said, I think our role is to facilitate and amplify. Facilitate this move from science to policy, and amplify the voices. A single individual can feel overwhelmed and unable to do anything, but if we band together, group together, then I think that amplifies our voices. And we can do that through these letter writing campaigns, but also through social media. We tweet out issues of concern on Facebook and through our webpage, of course. And as an example, a member recently wrote to us and said, I'm very concerned about the science in Puerto Rico at the moment. Because of the hurricanes, many people remain without power, and some scientists in their work have been completely decimated. Yeah. They've really been set back. And they asked the society, what could we do? And we did a fundraising campaign, the council gave money, and we've worked really quickly to get grants to people, to graduate students and undergraduate researchers in Puerto Rico, so that their degrees can move forward, their science can move forward. And that's an example of how a member can come to the policy committee and move forward on issues of relevance to public policy.
That's great. Thank you, Sally, for joining us. And I know AIBS works with you guys a lot, so I appreciate everything.
Well, we appreciate you too. It really helps us.
So thank you again. And in the description, I did post your website, and I will comment with your Twitter feed and your Facebook page, so everybody can go in and like it and follow you guys a little bit more. And so, again, thank you, Sally, for taking time out of your day today.
You're welcome.
To join us in cold Canada, which apparently is not as I thought it was. So today.
No, it's not too bad. All right. Bye.
One more thing. Hold on. So next week, James Verdier is going from AIBS will be joining me to talk about the latest podcast. So I'd like to thank all of our individual and organizational members for their support. Without them, we would not be able to provide these live streams. So if you're not a member yet, please join us today. Enjoy the benefits of an AIBS membership and help bring biology to life. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, everyone, and see you next week. Bye.